Folks, to the game, as we are going to kick things off in our second map of the Adria Masters semi-finals between Extatus and Binary Dragons. Only one team will make it through to our grand final spot and land. The other, they have to fight out tooth and nail to try and secure that third place. Third place, well, no one wants to be third, do they? Everyone wants to be in that grand final spot. First and second, the only way to go. Jay, how's this one going to go?
Well, it's going to go to the favour of Extatus to start things off, because Frozen gets himself their headshots, a 5-on-4. The raid boss from Letney not getting put into effect, but they will get themselves access to the site. So Bomb will go down, retakes on, and Letney and Joxic finally going to swing the man advantage back to the Binary Dragon side, and Extatus now going to be leaving Frozen on 6 HP. This is not a good start for the CT side, and this CT side is really where Extatus wanted to make it work. They are much better on the blue team for the nuke map. Emmy, Frozen, trading. Emmy getting himself one back, and Joxic will close it out, and Binary Dragons will make themselves a very nice pistol round. But if you want to ask me where my predictions lie, where my loyalties lie, it's probably with Binary Dragons. They are looking very hot after that first map, and Extatus are looking a little bit lost. As we all see the pistol round go to the favour of the T side. Extatus with a force buy for round 2.
Yeah, straight back with a response, basically gambling on the idea that a deagle shot is going to connect. The CZ is going to get a close range spray down, but how's it going to go? Let's find out. As already Zekto finds one, make that a second, make that even a potential third. Ooh, finally he will get slain, but not before Questone slips him from above, gets the double kill with the CZ. Ladies and gents, Extatus, they are back in this one to play. Binary Dragons being forced to equalize 1-1, and their economy is yet again in the bin, forcing up Tech 9 to plenty. What a round coming out from Extatus. I did not genuinely expect the CZs to do that much. But a P250 and a CZ, they combine up and they win the round single-handedly.
Do you know what? I think I may have jinxed it, Flakes. I said Binary Dragons were going to win, and Extatus come out swinging. Within seconds, the whole round gets shut down by the CT side, and now it's going to leave Binary Dragons with just pistols to work with, and AKs recovered from the last one will go in the favour of Devil, who gets himself 2 kills, traded back by Emmy with a Tech 9. A 4-on-3, however, it favours Extatus humongously in terms of weapon advantage, health advantage, man advantage, whatever advantage you want. They got it, but Neno's still going to try and back. Questone going to get one. Frozen swings out from main, taking down Emmy, and Neno's going to be left alone alive as the last man in a 1 versus 3 out towards ramp room. Bombs down towards outside, though. He's got to have a hell of a fight to get back into this round.
You got to fight for things. If you really want it, you've got to give it a crack. Let's see if he can actually make something out of this round after all. A 1 versus 3, of course, that situation is a given. But the scenario ever so more complex, as he's going to have to face into Zeko here, and I don't know if he's going to pre-aim this angle. It doesn't seem to be the case, and yeah, it's not going to be. Zeko gets an easy frag. A swift headshot, in fact. Extatus, they do double down, connecting their second round together. Binary Dragons, this is where they have to put a swift end to this tug of war. Bow out of things for a minute, just save up that economy and focus on that 5th round. Let this 4th just slide on by. Extatus, they earned it. Give them some respect.
2-1 scoreline. Now the eco will come in from Binary Dragons. It will be P250s and Glocks, but not much more for this T side, and indeed Extatus just prodding at the aggressive angles for the T side part of the map, just looking for, well, they can just shut this one down pretty quickly, because I think we all know where this one is going to go. Echo, aggressive angle, will spot out one. Devil's going to get taken out 33 HP. That grenade should be able to do the job, just doesn't land on the mark entirely. So now Binary Dragons get a little bit of info, but not much more than that. No tag damage in particular. I think Devil's the only man who's really in hot contention for a pick, but he's got a UMP, so it won't even be that great of a pick with the Binary Dragon side. They still got to deal with the 2 M4s and the 2 AKs that are holding out the, well, the suppressive angles and the crucial areas of the map here, as it will be Joxic first man in to spot out Monty. Monty will take him down very nicely, and the rest of the CTs will kind of rotate into to try and bracket in the T side, just shut them down as quick as they can. The Questone will take down the first enemy from Hell. We'll take him back out of the action. There is 1 AK to the hands of the T side, but 4 versus 3. Still in favour of Extatus. Bomb's only just been picked up, and they're still locking out the necessary angles on either side here.
Nice and patient here. No need for any wacky risks. Devil just looking up towards up and making sure that no big flank can be turned into play. Binary Dragons all and good having that rifle, but getting onto a site here is a big ask. Try and force a 1 versus 1 Zeko spraying in a very plentiful way. Only gets himself one, but does a lot of damage towards a second, allows Frozen Life to be that little bit easier to find a double kill of his own. Extatus, they will secure their third, but this is the bio we were waiting for. This is the moment that we wanted to see. Binary Dragons, can they sway things back into their favor on the T side of their map pick? They wanted to be here. This was their chosen battleground. Show us what you're made of. You've got 5 rifles, all the utility you could pretty much desire. You don't really need much more else. You've got smokes, you've got flashes, you've got enough Molotovs as well to arguably hold off a few pushes or try and do anything wacky that you come up with. Binary Dragons, they should be happy. Do they know what to do, though? That's the question.
I want to keep my eye on Frozen here during this round up here. He's really shown up. We were looking during the break, we didn't think he was really showing up that well. Really wasn't out to play during Inferno, but now he started things off. He's got 6 kills in the first 5 rounds, so let's see if he can pull this one back together here and try to do some good work for his team. Out of 2 for 2 trades come through, and Jox is actually going to take down Frozen and Zedco. Questone takes one back with the AWP, but it's all falling apart for the Extatus defensive, and as I said, I wanted to watch Frozen. He gets taken out so quickly. Monty now last man alive, 1v2 situation. Coming in from A main. Joxy may end up walking into him if he's not careful. Monty's going to go slowly and slowly. Peek on through, takes that first peek. Now all onto Neno, last man alive, 1v1 situation. They're playing Ring of Roses around the bomb area, but Monty will take him down. Nicely done with the swing and a hit from the Extatus side. A 4th round on the board for them. But once again, very similar situation to what we were talking about during Inferno. How these guys, they're kind of getting these rounds, but they're not getting them so cleanly. 1 player stayed alive in the last round, and that was just the first of many rifle rounds. So if Binary Dragons can still put that sort of effect onto the board, then we could be seeing some very messy CT-sided play. And indeed, they will try for a 4 spike here. Bomb plant coming on through. Means that, of course, with the 4 round loss bonus, they can buy into 4 AKs and a sawn-off from Neno. This is going to be a very interesting round, to say the least, for the Binary Dragons. Extatus will set up for default defensive angles, try to see if they can shut them down as the pushes are ready to come on in here.
Grouping up towards outside is going to be interesting. Prospective push from Binary Dragons, suffice to say. Curious to see if they can actually get away with it unscathed right now. As Extatus, they seem to be giving them that pathway into a Secret. Now, does that mean that Extatus are going to adapt to knowing that Secret could be involved here? Or is it going to be something that completely just springs out from right underneath them and catches them well and truly off guard? Right now, BD, they are just going to waltz on through. A flash is to be popped, which Monty is going to certainly hear. Hears all of those steps as well, so consuming a lot of information. That door is going to be opened up, and that could lead to a frag. Questone, interesting shot, but it's not going to lead to anything. Instead, you got to rotate. Meanwhile, a sort of finds that first frag. Trey comes back in. Monty with his rifle, a headshot onto his Lenny. But Monty has to do a little bit more right now, as he's basically the information guy. He's calling out, okay, are they on site or not? Are they flanking him from ramp? We don't know.
Teams all over the place. Finally, Extatus will get themselves the man advantage, and Binary Dragons will set themselves up in very weird positions. It looks like it will be a B site here, although Joxic is getting himself up towards the vents area and see if he can take down Devil, get themselves an advantage. And the Binary Dragons, it looks like that is going to be the overall hit here. Try to see if they can pull the rotation in towards the B site, but they've still got to contend with Devil. Zedco has falling. It's a 2 versus 3 situation. Another CT has rotated up towards Heaven. He will go falling onto Devil, but Monty picks up Hunter, drops the bomb, brings the 5th round to the Extatus side. The Binary Dragons, not the cleanest of rifle rounds we'd have liked to see. Once again, they seem to be very good at doing some serious damage to Extatus, and that's going to force the rebuy once again. The double ups in play, but the money line, you can see it on your screens, not going to be looking the best thing in the world for the CT side. Binary Dragons still going to be in with just pistols, Tech 9 helmets and Kevlar for the T side. 2 Deagles also in play for Letney and Joxic. So this shouldn't be around that Extatus can end up losing here, but BD, they can still put some damage on the board, and if it's anything like the rifle rounds, then Extatus could be having some serious money problems throughout the rest of this matchup here. Fortunately, Devil will start things off nicely, taking down Letney on the long-range angle. And during the early part of this round, Extatus will take themselves the advantage.
And right now, feels like the CT side have complete control of how BD are being forced to play this map. Zedco nearly falling there, but gets himself a healthy little flick down on towards Hunter. Frozen Devil both chalking up just another 2 to add to the tally of success. But currently is the tail of Extatus as they go 6-1 up in a series that is looking like it's coming back to haunt Binary Dragons, as they have not been able to get going at all on their terrorist side. This is another shot for them to try and play with. They've got an AWP in play on course Joxic, who's been an all-star player for them in the past. But it feels like something's missing. Now, I hope in this round, we see that pick and split play come out towards outside. Hopefully they can find that first blood again, and that's where they can really try and play off of that. Extatus, they deny a lot of it by just not going into positions where they face into these angles. They don't give PD anything to try and force. For example, the passive outside hold means that AWP of Joxic can't find anything. It has to go towards inner or try and lurk around the shadows somewhere across the map to catch a player off guard, but it can't do the simple job of just face outside.
Smokes will be out towards that outside area, try to see if they can push Devil's AWP out of position towards the garage area. And once again, another smoke. We'll just kind of keep him at bay. He can't really cover off the cross, although there is Quason up on Heaven, who will have a nice positional advantage against the T-side players. Joxic will swing around and take him out of the action, so it's down to a 4-on-4 situation. Joxic did get legged, however. It's 31 HP for him, so one of these rifle players for Extatus could try to see if they can take that pick without getting picked off too quickly here. And in fact, actually, it will be Devil that takes that face with just a CZ75. That's the AWP out of play for Binary Dragons. The 4-on-3 situation, a one-man advantage for Extatus now. 40 seconds on the clock, and it will be Devil that also spots out Letney before Letney spots him out, and the AWP takes the shot, takes the kill, and now only 2 members of the Binary Dragons lineup are left in play for this round. Try and get themselves a bomb plant or something. Devil's still doing good work towards the outside, which is where the bomb is as well. It's gone in towards main, and if he swings around here at the right time, it could take them down. 15 seconds. He spots out him. He takes the bomb, and that's going to be the round. There's no way Neno can get this one down. And challenge onto Extatus and challenge onto Devil to get that bomb back on towards the plant here. The CTs, they know where he is. They know where the bomb is. They know where they need to look, and indeed, they will shut him down. 7-1 in favor of Extatus. 1 round away from taking a half, and a pause is coming in here, I believe. This is going to be a tactical from BD.
Wholeheartedly, it has to be a tactical from them, and confirmed it is going to be locked away. It is a tactical one as well. Binary Dragons taking a moment just to reflect on where everything has gone wrong for them. Bear in mind, again, I want to stress the idea that if memory serves me correctly, this was the map that they chose. 6-round gap is not good enough. No matter the map, no matter the sides. Being 7-1 up right now on that CT side nuke, once you add in the context of the map and such, it's pretty lethal. Something's got to change.
Sorry, go on.
Go for it. Go for it.
I was going to say that I think the Binary Dragons may have to rely pretty heavily on their CT side. And I say this because Extatus in the past have proven themselves to be extremely good on this CT side of nuke. So when it comes down to this scoreline, you know, I'm expecting there to be a very, I was expecting there to be a very dominant Extatus side of things. And we have got a stop coming on through here. I think that there has actually been one DC player from the Extatus side, so we will have a quick technical pause. So we do have time to talk about this for a minute, but yeah, I was expecting to see a very dominant CT half from the Extatus side. I was expecting to see a very, I don't know what I was expecting to see out of Binary Dragons, because they seem to be very balanced on either side. They can very easily pick together a good CT side and a good T side at the same time on nuke. But the problem with Extatus is that they can be extremely strong on this CT side, and they're proving that. It's 7-1 right now. There is a good tactical coming in from Binary Dragons to get themselves in that mentality game, like you said, just figuring out what they're doing wrong. But there was also the option of potentially just seeing if they're trying just rather than trying to win this T side outright, just try and play as the best they can and really ramp up the pressure from Extatus' side, or from Extatus' T side, because when you compare the two, sides for Extatus, they win about 67% of their CT side rounds versus 33% of their T side, and that's not going to be. Well, that could be one. Sorry, that's not going to be a weakness that Extatus can very easily cover off. It probably could be a good point of exploitation from the BD side. So, you know, there's a lot that could potentially be running around these, you know, the T-side mines, but I'm expecting it to be more of a case of how many rounds can we steal away from Extatus, because at this point, they're probably going to be able to take the half. They're probably going to be able to find themselves those 8 rounds and potentially even more. But, you know, how many can we get to try and make sure our CT side is a lot better than theirs?
Yeah, I feel like as well you have to address the issue that Extatus constantly get themselves in situations where a player will take a fight. So case in point will be Heaven. A player will take a fight on the far right side of Heaven, just standing up there in rafters, shooting down on his opposition, and then he'll get himself tucked into a corner. He won't face again. He'll wait for them to try and push out wide into the center of that site. And as they do, then a second player springs up that ladder and comes into play for Extatus and mops up both of those kills, while Binary Dragons are too focused on finding that other pick in rafters on the flip side. And that's been a recurring problem for me across the map, really. It seems to be Extatus have a real big strength at baiting away the BD attention, and then having a second player come in on those flanks, come in on those surprise angles, and just mop them all up.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Extatus definitely, you know, I think throwing Binary Dragons into disarray might be the accurate word for sort of how they're going with this one, because they're going in with some pretty strong strategies. They're going in with a confident game set, but, you know, it is, as you say, Extatus are just able to completely bait them out and just and put them into a bad position where their pushes on towards center of sites do end up going a little bit south. They have got bomb plants here and there. They did get a single round, of course, but it's not really a whole lot. And they have tried a couple of different complex things here and there. Rather than just straight out hitting an A site or hitting a B site, they've tried going from one to the other and going back up through the rotation in the fence area. But, you know, it is, as you say, Extatus are extremely strong at holding down the defensive and throwing Binary Dragons for a loop. And I think that that might be one of the main reasons that they're really focusing rather on their T side to try and see if they can take the match on CT side. Because there is still one half to go. Extatus are stronger here. And Binary Dragons probably looking for their avenue into, well, a very strong second half here. 7-1 is our scoreline, by the way. It does say 0-0 on the top of the screen, but we are just getting the round reset so we can run back into after this technical pause. And there it is, 7-1 in favor of Extatus. We have all 10 players back in the server. So let's see if Binary Dragons can put their tactical pause, into effect in this next round. AKs will be what they have to play with. A decent amount of utility, 4 smokes already available even before the buy for Joxic, but Joxic will spend all his money on Kevlar helmets and an AK-47, so he's not going to have any utility either. Still not that bad of a utility buy from Binary Dragons, however. They've got a decent amount to try and contend with Quaystone and Devil, the double op setup, which has been extremely deadly for Extatus, so that's another thing they're going to have to try and think about, how they're going to deal with these two AWPs, as they will once again get themselves in towards Radio Room. It looks like it's going to be a fast play out towards Ramp, try and get themselves in towards the B side, try to catch the Extatus side off guard. Indeed, they will be able to do so. Joxic first pick onto Monty, turns it into a 5-on-4 immediately to the favor of Binary Dragons.
Nino going to take that fight on towards Echo. That's going to skewer just another frag into the pockets of Binary Dragons at this point, who are, for one time, holding in the lead. They look for just a little bit more. Nino exploring some angles, furthering that position. Just seeing if they can get a little bit more information on where the rest of these CT players are at. Devil would chime in with a pick with the CZ not long before Emmy does secure just another trade, however, and this is where positivity really kicks in for me right now, because unfortunately for Extatus, because of the way the trades and everything has fell, now Binary Dragons have a lot more map control than they originally had when they first started to pull away with the lead. The bomb is ticking away, and it really just puts them back into an awkward spot where their best chance is to actually walk away and save, which sure, Extatus, you know, with money and such, is it necessarily needed? It might not be all that important, but it's still an AWP, it's still a rifle. They found another pick as well. It's a win-win. Emmy will drop one, tries to drop a second, but in the switch time decides, you know, I want to pick up that rifle. And as he does, that's where he will get punished.
Now loses that AWP as well, so if Binary Dragons got that, that would have been absolutely great for them. I think Emmy would kind of be happy walking away with just the fact that they took away one of the AWPs from Extatus, and you know, as a result, that's going to leave that deadly double warp setup out of play for them in the next setup for this round. Although they're going to try combat it with just, well, I think pure defensive coming on through here is Binary Dragons looking to try rush down A site this time. It will be Emmy and Joxic taking themselves a 4-on-3 situation. Man advantage as the trade will come back from Zedco at least, taking down Hunter, but bombs down, and Extatus been pushed very passively back in towards the site, and the head does get shown. Emmy just about spots it out, takes down Devil, and the disarray, this time it's going against Extatus, as Binary Dragons are finding the spring in their step here. It's going to be Quaystone chiming on 2 more kills here. Nano and Emmy will get taken down as Letney and Joxic in a 2v2 situation, holding down Crossfire. Letney's going to get that 1 kill, and Joxic spots out Monty swinging down. Trying to see if he can take down his only other T remaining player, but it's not going to happen. 7-3, favor of Extatus. Well, the Binary Dragons may have just broken the CT side. Economy round looks like will be on the cards for the CTs.
This is their sprint to the finish at this point. Binary Dragons, they see that finishing line and they are running for it. One huge step at a time. They are just literally going to be just running as physically and quickly as they can, just expending so much energy in getting to that point. They don't want to stop, because the minute they do, that's when it all tumbles downhill. So for right now, for them, it's all about just plowing forward, getting round after round after round, and not allowing Extatus to get anything. No foothold, no singular reset, nothing at all. In this one, it should be a piece of cake. You're dealing with 5.7s and USPs with no Kevlar bar quest tone. So simple for Binary Dragons to deal with. You just have to play smart, play together, and this round is in the bag.
Yeah, easy as for Binary Dragons. There's not really much for Extatus going into this next one. Just 5.7s, very basic pistols, not even Kevlar. Questone's got himself the Kevlar for himself, but that's about it. You know, there's not really much going other than that for this CT side now. 45 seconds on the clock. Binary Dragons have lost their first. They've lost one of those rifles. So, like you say, they do need to play together. And it was a case that Neno tried to go aggressive on his own and try to see if he can take that first pick. That kind of cost him there. But Binary Dragons going to learn from that mistake, setting themselves up in towards heaven, it looks like. Although Questone's still got a very good angle. And as the Molotovs do burn on through, they're going to pull out the information. Then he's going to take down the first, peeks around, swings around, takes down Questone. And now the CTs will struggle like a broken biscuit. Monty will get one pick back, but it's going to get traded with Frozen his last man alive. He just can't win a 1 versus 3 with a P250, and Binary Dragons will take themselves a 4th.
Simple and easy executions, but come on down. Thanos are going to be somewhat choked out of this game, bit by bit. It gets worse and worse for them. Of course, going up with those few and far between buys is a big one for them. They can't afford any big mistakes here. To play it very perfectly is Nino going to make one of his own with a frag grenade, nearly dropping it on towards his teammates. Fair play to the guy. Had a bit too much fun. Needs to just find his feet again before he gets back into this. Let the Enco are beginning to advance up towards A-Long now. Just going to literally move around. Red container outside. Hunter is going to be the third man. Now, that third man role is actually pretty important right here, because when that push does go down, he's got to be making sure some of those corners that are going to be left unchecked are handled. Thankfully, we know that it's much more of a test on team play for BD than it is actually something that's going to be punished. Because Extatus, they're not really playing remotely close. Instead, it comes down to that sight. That's that when it will come next into play. Frozen starts to the strong, gets us the headshot on ramp. That third player now doing some work as Emmy is going to tap away on towards Frozen to secure that trade. Bring us back to a 4-for-4 situation. Devil just hopping around outside, looking to get himself in towards vents perhaps. As Emmy yet again going to be caught up in another trading affair. Juxic with his EWP gets another shot on towards Questone. The peak will come out from Vent. Devil trying to force that fight. Juxic not landing the first, but lands the second. Has no idea Zeko is there to slide that knife right in between his ribs. Leaving Neno now to just hold on this angle and play together. Zeko, sure, fought to a clutch situation. But is there a chance here? I don't really see it. Opening and closing those doors, spending a lot of time checking out towards the back of this site, clearing out vents and such, that he's completely left the other side completely clear. That's where the cookie will crumble. BD, another round in the bag for them.
The Binary Dragons getting all the information, but they were waiting for that tap on the bomb because they knew that once he did that, the lone CT would have had no cover, no real chance to defend himself unless he was looking in the right position and managed to get himself off some good spray, lucky shot, but not going to happen today. Extatus now forced back to pistols. The Eagles P250s, 5.7s, CZs. Bit of Kevlar here and there, a smoke on Monty. There was also one from the player in heaven, but it's been used up already. So there is not much really going for Extatus in this round. All on to Binary Dragons to take themselves a 6 and potentially take themselves a half, which would be extremely devastating for Extatus. I was saying that their CT side is extremely strong, and if they end up losing a CT side by even a round, you know, this could end up being, well, Binary Dragons taking themselves an easy second half and an easy 2-0 here to go to the LAN finals. Minute and 10.
Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just speculating for the future. We still have a few rounds, 2 rounds left of this half here, so Extatus still falling to a 3-on-5 situation. DZ's the Eagles for this CT side. Not much left in the pool for them. They're going to save that money, get some rifles out in the next one.
There's still a chance though, as they do get themselves just another with the CZ. It's going to be Questone taking down Hunter, of course. Then you have to add into the fact that Devil is going to lose his head to the hands of Emmy. And that's where that chance now kind of goes down to nil point. It's just the Deagle left on a part of scraps, as there is no body there to hold it. ED up to 6. Now playing for that equalization point. Extatus, no fitting round for them to be in right now. It's perfect that they're on this buy, as BD, they have to work for that equalization point. It really becomes all the more important, as a very interesting kind of stat for you right now. Maybe Hunter as a player. It's currently 1-12, I believe. Did you remember what's just shown up? I'm not sure if the scoreboard is going to verify that or if that's just a quirky bug, but no, yeah, it's currently sitting 1-12, so maybe a little bit more from Hunter comes out as well, and that could really set Binary Dragons off to be a firecracker in this half. They've already got themselves 5 in a row. They're looking for their 6th. A little bit more support comes in. They start doing some serious work as their T side. And this could go from 5 to 7 very easily.
Binary Dragons holding out, kind of just playing passive here. So plays towards the outside, not really going into any particular commitment, although that being said, Emmy has got the bomb and he is inside. Binary Dragons looking for a way into the sites once again. Monty's holding off the cross into ramp room. A minute to go. Binary Dragons gonna play passive, look for a mistake from the Extatus side, and they may just be about to find one here as 3 players are set up pushing towards ramp room, and it will be Zedko that takes that first pick. Pick comes back onto Emmy, trades down to Monty, 4 versus 4, but 10 HP. He will come out the worst man for it. It's still going to be Hunter finally chiming in with his potentially 2nd kill of the half so far. 4-on-3 situation. Zedko going to flash his way on through with the AWP from Joxing being on the other side of the site. Going to take down Frozen and Emmy back towards a bit of cover here. 4 versus 2 situation. And the CT side looking a little bit poised not to take themselves a retake. Emmy and Hunter are on 10 HP, although Zedko's got to land some serious kills on the rest of the players, and indeed he will get peeked on by Hunter, who takes him down. Double kill for him in the round. And a 1 versus 3. The Devil, he could win it. I mean, if he wanted to go challenging. Emmy and Hunter are down severe amounts of HP. Even then, the AWP just takes 1 shot, 1 kill, assuming it's a shot to the body. So, either way, it will be a 7th round on the board for Binary Dragons because, well, Devil can't really go for that kind of a retake. It will be even Steven's scoreline. And Binary Dragons brought themselves back into contention for this half. This has really been a disaster for Extatus ever since the pause came through. So, UMP is out for the last round of the half. Plenty of utility for the CT side to work with. Let's see if they can shut down Binary Dragons before Binary Dragons really hurt them here.
The thing for me is that Binary Dragons haven't really changed up all that much. Instead, it's just a bit more of a use and abuse playstyle where they just go perhaps a little bit quicker, a little more aggressive. It doesn't seem like a big thing to me. Well, it had some serious benefits to it, so perhaps it's bigger than it seems. As right now, they've already got themselves those 2 opening picks. Questone and Devil falling very swiftly, leaving Frozen, Zedko, and Monty to do a fair chunk into this one now. 3v5 on paper, but a situation that perhaps isn't all of that even. As Letneat secures just another to really strengthen the hold that Binary Dragons have right over the next Extatus at this point, as they are getting choked out of this one. They tried so hard. A 7-1 lead. But now it's about to turn 8-7. As Frozen, the last man standing, the only person who can stop this from being a perfect round and a perfect end to this first half of Nuke. Binary Dragons, their battleground of choice. Nuke was their whole strategy. But it didn't start out strong for them, but it ended so well.
Oh, you're gonna be stressed if you're an Extatus fan right now. 8-7. Favor of Binary Dragons. Their CT side now in effect, and the future is looking extremely bleak here for Extatus. Pistol round, currently to win it. I think that's really their own last opportunity here. They've got a good scoreline, of course, at the end of that half, but once again, their CT is significantly better than their T side, so I have doubts to be able to make this one work. They will push their way in towards the A side, and Emmy just there to cover off the headshots. Jocks are going to get one as well. They know exactly where they're playing from. Hunter's going to get that 1 pick. 2nd headshot comes in from Emmy. And that's all Questone, 1 versus 4. Bomb's been dropped. Does take down 1 pick. 2nd coming on through. No, Hunter himself out of dodge just in time, and now just peek back around, swing back around, and take it along with the assist from Joxic. It will be a 9th round on the board for Binary Dragons. A disastrous start from the Extatus side.
Feels like these rounds are starting to come too easy to BD, and that's a real concern for me right now. It's gone from being just so many in a row. I think we're at 9 now for Binary Dragons back to back. Yeah, well, no, it'd be 8 when the gig at that first round at the start, but it's just insanity the way this has gone. But that round for me, it did feel like it was very, very just simple stuff. Hunter now starting strong yet again, denying this force-up attempt from Extatus from even getting going as a UMP down from above as well. Is just gonna go for a bit of Farah-esque play. Joxic looking for just another, trying to deny the scout. And there you have it. Cavalry is here and they are not going anywhere. It's just more and more damage to unfold right in front of the eyes of Extatus. It feels like they've already just walked away from the server. They're out of this game. They need to show me something in this first buy that reinstalls confidence. Because right now, Binary Dragons are just giving them a simple schooling on how to bring things back in a game that you are down on.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, it is a schooling at this point. Extatus being taught the ropes of professional Counter-Strike at this point by the Binary Dragons side, who will buy up into the standard rifles UMPs for this next eco round. P250s, Glocks, once again, we've seen this coming in from Extatus. We've seen the same setup coming in from both sides, and we've seen how well the T side are able to make this kind of thing work. Joxic, give me a break. Give me a break. It will be sprays coming in from Hunter as well. Second kill comes in from Joxic, and the only man left alive is Devil, who gets shut down 11-7. Binary Dragons. Oh, wow. That was a bit of a thrashing. And now it will be the rifle rounds coming in from the Extatus side. Now, full AKs, 4 smokes out, limited utility. Extatus, what can you do with this next round? Because right now, you need to find something.
Joxic going for the pre-nade straight towards outside early. Beat them with aggression. And I think this is the great read from BD right now. They're thinking to themselves, all right, how do we really push back Extatus, put them further into that dark pit, that slippery slope to where they just start losing rounds over and over again? Well, you just go aggressive. You push them into very odd fights they won't like, and that's where you try and catch them off guard. It doesn't work out as all planned, as it is going to be only a 1-for-1 trade towards outside. Letney, of course, the man to at least try and bring things back. Takes a little bit more damage through the edge of the smoke as well, but then goes to the repeat. Spot to the head of Monty. Starts to tap away, gets himself the headshot. Frozen, the next man in line, who was also spotted in that engagement, which means that's a whole lot of information now for Letney to be able to give back to his team as he does decide to smoke in Reflex. That's going to give him more time to be just a thorn in the side of Extatus, stop them from getting full control of Secret. There's just going to be an ever-concerning thought of, what is Letney doing? Hunter, bear in mind, is sitting in Secret now as well. Just a lamb set in trap, sprouting out at the moment. You don't even expect it. Westone looking for those feet, doesn't quite see it. Frozen gets a chance to peek, takes the damage, but then gets a one-tap. This man rocking it like Scream. Devil, another frag for him as well. Hunter rearing his head, nearly losing it to the likes of Frozen too, but he's not going to let it happen as the smoke goes down, but then walks through it. Oh, BD, don't throw it away. Not like this, Emmy. It's all on him.
He will get shut down as well. Not the kind of round you wanted to see come out from Binary Dragons, but at least Extatus are finally going to have themselves a chance back in here. An opportunity to even the scoreline is on the board here for this T side. Binary Dragons, of course, will force buy and have got plenty of money to be able to do so. AWP and 4 M4s will be out for the CTs. And Extatus with 5 AKs. Similar setup to how they had it in the last round, and 4 sets of utility for everybody else. Let's see what they're going to be able to do with it. They will try and get themselves a bit of aggressive angles. Meanwhile, Joxic also going to be covering off the rotation from Extatus, covering off the B site. Although it looks like it's actually going to be smokes in towards the skylight and on towards the site here. It's actually relatively smart from Extatus. If they can make the executions work, if they can throw Binary Dragons into a disarray, similar to how they were doing that. They were doing the same thing on their DT side, and maybe they might be able to find a chance here. And starts off pretty poorly as Joxic takes down Questone, and now they'll be moving in towards the outside area. Zedco going to get shut down. It's a 3 versus 5, and Letney and Co will clean things up on this T. So they have got themselves good map control, however, for Extatus. Monty in towards Garage, spots out Letney and flicks immediately onto his head like an aim lock. Turn it off, man. Still going to be a 4 versus 3, still going to be a 1-man advantage for Binary Dragons. Still don't know where the bomb is either, so Extatus have that much going for them. Until then, Monty's still going to take down Emmy. It's a 3 versus 3 and 40 seconds on the clock. Frozen might be able to take down Neno, and suddenly, just like that, Extatus are really starting to come back into their own here.
Joxic, a man who never gives up, though. Always there, always trying to support. Monty down into the smoke. 20 seconds left on the clock now. Joxic still lurking in the shadows, finds one with the AWP, looks for a swift second as well. Frozen nearly giving himself up, is going to be faced up by Hunter though, who then goes for the double kill, tags him and gets the headshot, take and follows up with the spray. The M301S doing a lot of work there for Hunter, as he is just a pilot. One hell of a weapon. Straight on the defuse he will go after he just scarpers around, picking up an AWP and the like. Binary Dragons, they get themselves one big round, one that will turn the tables yet again for Extatus. Because they have to sit back and relax, because they ain't got their money. They can't do anything here. BD on the flip side, they look for their 13th.
Unbelievable. Hunter is a madman. And we were saying this earlier, we were expecting him to show up a little bit better during the half, but now he really has shown up. He's really taken the fight back to Extatus, and Extatus are starting to suffer as a result. Beautiful retake from the man, and like you say, money is not sitting right for Extatus. They got smokes. Might try for that outside play. They tried once again with the Tech 9s and Deagles. Try to see if they can do block off vision of Binary Dragons, get themselves access to the B site and get themselves in with a bomb plant at best. One D's trying to run from Zedco entirely. The AWP will not be able to land a whole lot. Joxy will take down Frozen, but the bomb's already made his cross, and that's all Extatus were looking for. Letney's also going to peek out and take down Questone, but the rest of the T side going to have to go up against Hunter, who's already been proven to be deadly. This is going to be very tough for them, and indeed, they will line up for the man. 2 kills for him. Devil. Not much he can do here. 1 versus 5. AWP is watching the cross from Ramp, and Joxic will take himself a double to close out a 13th for Binary Dragons.
Another round that Extatus have to start to see value in now. Going straight in with the buy, of course. It is going to be pretty rough around the edges here. Going to have to opt for a Galil on Frozen. I'm shocked that there is no AK thrown towards his shoulders. He is your star player. He is your MVP. Sure, he's been making some small mistakes, but he's still being the crucial fragging power, and the scoreboard might not scream 1,000 words at times. He might not be a top fragger. He might only be on par with the likes of Devil, but the crucial ones, the rounds they've actually desperately needed, it's always been him getting those opening picks, those one-taps. That's so important. Zedco is going to steal away the spotlight this time around. A double kill of his own, right? Which is something that we have to give props for. But can he go for a little bit more aggression towards Rafters, as that's going to be something that leads us to that win condition that this T-side are searching for. As Hunter goes aggressive, finds himself one, drops the bomb. Zedco does get that third by just furthering his advances. Monty, with the backstab as well, should be able to punish just a little bit more, regaining bomb control, which is going to be crucial as trades yet again continue to come in.
2v3 man advantage for Extatus. They'll get the bomb down. DT is coming in from 2 very different angles, main and hut. They did actually spot the first one. Let's take him down, but Zedco comes in, and Frozen taking down Neno as well. And just like that, the reset swings back the other way, although Binary Dragons have a little bit more in the bank than Extatus do, so they should once again force play into this next round. AWP comes out, 3 M4s and a UMP. Not the strongest buy in the world, but definitely stronger than what we've seen in the past. And Extatus actually going to be going in with 1 P250 on Questone. Oh no, Devil's going to get that P250. So actually, even then, their economy is not settling out just yet. And I guess that goes to prove exactly what we were saying about the economical situation of both teams. Extatus forcing their way on through, and with the reset coming on, the double round loss bonus, it's just not sitting right for them. Now as they will make their way towards the outside area, looking for that first pick onto Joxic. If they find it, then that'll be very tragic for BD, and indeed they will. Zedco with the aggression, and Extatus with a general aggression, is a new aggressive stance, is going to really hurt them now. 5-on-4 immediately ensues as Extatus get themselves plenty of outside control, plenty of options to go in from wherever they want to at this point. Hell, Heaven, Secret, Main, wherever they feel like it. A minute to go, Binary Dragons with, well, a bit more split defensive angles. We'll try and hold down and expect Extatus to come pushing through in their masses towards the site here.
Deco could be incremental to the success of this round. Ends up trying to pull through with anything. But he's a man shooting a nail gun that just finds zero target. BD starting to lose out of this one now. Keeping it close, Letney will secure another headshot on towards Zeko. Questone, though, straight away with the trade yet again. So many blows after blow on towards this BD side. They get almost touching distance from victory. Then Extatus, they wake up and they continue to boil over these rounds. Now left at a 1 versus 3 situation. Letney away in the distance, calls in the pause, and this is a real good time for Binary, I think, just to sit down and have a chat again, because the last time they did this, they got rounds in a row. They got themselves, how many did they get back to back? Let's see here. It was pretty much, it was a stupid amount. Let's be realistic. Just look at the scoreboard. It's crazy, right? So if they can just do that again, they basically win. I feel like, you know, that's a very easy and almost cheating in the way I've described it, but I mean, let's cut all the stuff of trying to figure out a way to make it sound all fancy, make it sound all important. I mean, in reality, what it comes down to is if Binary Dragons could just relax for a minute and they can just focus up, all they have to do is get one strong round out to break Extatus, and they're set. That's what it comes down to right now. Let's just talk some truth for a second. Extatus, they've played some good rounds, but they have some real big weak points on their T side. For example, sometimes they're really heavy towards outside, sometimes they're really weak. If BD can get a read on whether they're weak or heavy, and in that round take advantage of it, again, that's another thing that can be done. I mean, we are seeing mistake for mistake come out from this T side. It's one of the reasons why BD have been able to get themselves in this leading spot.
Yeah, 100%. And I totally agree with you. It could be down to a single round that Extatus could end up falling victim to. In this round, probably it's not going to be it. They have got Binary Dragons on the ropes here with just P250s and USPs, no Kevlar, no utility, nothing like that. So Extatus should be able to get themselves an 11th, but the round afterwards, the rifle buy-up could be what we'd be looking at, especially if Extatus do lose 3 players on the exchange of the challenges from Binary Dragons. Then that could be very tragic for them in terms of the economy. It means that we've broken even harder than before, maybe a lot less than what we're expecting from the buy-ups here. Should be an 11th round for Extatus. They're just making their way slowly into taking those picks here. Hunter will get 1 kill back onto Zedco, but other than that, not much going for them. It will be an 11th round, most likely for Extatus at this point, as Letney and Hunter are held back with no real opportunities in this round at this point. Indeed, Letney goes down, and Hunter does get spotted out. So there we are, 2 rounds of deficit between these 2 teams. And now the buy-up coming in from Binary Dragons. Like you say, we're looking for the opportunity to break Extatus, to take it over the edge. And with the money line settling things out, if they lose this round, they could have themselves maybe 1 force buy. And that will probably be about it for this T side. So, Binary Dragons playing for land, playing for the 2-0, playing for this map. 4 M4s, 1 UMP in play, and once again, they will hold out some pretty decent angles in the aggression. Devil's going to get challenged on through, getting taken down by Hunter. Neno comes in onto Quaystone. It's a 3 versus 5 already, and this could be it. This could be Binary Dragons shutting down Extatus at the very last hurdle, but the bomb is on Monty. It's made its way into Secret, and B-site is totally open here.
What we've seen here is a really nice execute towards outside. The perfect wall of smokes has come out from Extatus, but at the same time, Binary Dragons were perfect. They realized, hold on for a second, guys. Devil, he can't hit anything. He can't find anything in this bomb with the AWP. So let's just run at him. And that's what they did. They traded him down. They got the second on towards Questone as well, who's basically trying to help out his teammate. But Devil was just too overcommitted to an angle that he just couldn't handle at the time. This means that now Extatus have themselves a big situation they have to try and work their way out of right now. Monty started off with the rifle forward, gets one, damages for the seconds, continues to stick it out with a spray down. And Veneno, just a rookie mistake again, walks right in to that just burst fire that's going through that smoke. Allows the 3 versus 3 to come back to haunt them. BD, don't lose this, don't throw this one away. You had everything, the perfect start.
Indeed, and that's the worst part about it. They started off so well, they got themselves a 5-on-3, now it's back to a 3-on-3, and Extatus in with a very good opportunity to really ring up some very good scoreline. Now Emin's going to go challenging, doesn't take down Zedko, he's on 9 HP, Joxic finally spots that Monty, swings around trying to take the second onto Frozen, but it's not going to happen, but the low amount of HP for Extatus could mean that this retake will be very good for Binary Dragons. They'll get the bomb plant, not exactly. Emin's going to delay it for a few more seconds, and the AWP flick from Letney comes in, and Extatus are now in a very bad spot. 1 buy left for them. No bomb plant came in. And a 14-11 scoreline will favour Binary Dragons. Last chance saloon for Extatus. If they lose this, they reset. And then it will be 16-11 to the favour of this CT side. AWP, 3 M4s, 1 AK out for Binary Dragons. And if they control Extatus like they did in that last round, then this one is game, set, and match.
I'm gonna have to pull up my flag right now, start waving it for Binary Dragons, because I'm pretty much just banking on them at this point. I'm thinking that this should be theirs to take. This is their land to go to. You have the setups, you have the fracking power. Just go ahead and take it, run it, grasp it. As Hunter gets himself the perfect triple kill. What a play from him, and that's what I'm talking about, baby. Hunter steps up. 2 PLAs left now for Extatus. They should be over and done with. The AWP peeks out towards outside. Joxic trying to cement this as he covers off that bomb. Steps to be picked up from Letney. But Devil and Questone, 2 players remaining in what I would say should be an impossible spot.
Indeed, it will be impossible. 15-11. Extatus economy is broken. Extatus' chances are broken. This should be GG right here. This should be 16-11. This should be the prediction going to the favor. And this should be Binary Dragons making it to the Adria Masters LAN finals here. Last opportunity for Extatus lays in a Tech 9 armor forced by Deagles, a UMP out to play. And an execution on the cards for this team side. Binary Dragons are looking at the perfect angles. Hunter is expecting the squeaky push to come in. If Monty peeks out, then that might just be the main power player for Extatus, just shut down in an instant. Making their way on through in towards decent positions on the roof. Trying to use their utilities and the opportunities that they can, but they are still running slightly out of time here and running out of chances. As Quaystone's already tagged up to 48 HP. Binary Dragons watching from very standard angles. Looking to shut them down. A little over a minute to go, and Hunter will start things off, taking down Zedko. A 4-on-5 ensues already. Letney's looking out for Frozen, see if he can take him peeking out towards the outside area. It's just not going to happen as Neno gets Devil one more time. The C team are locking out A, and A is where they have committed on the Extatus side. Frozen and Monty trying back with 2, but Letney comes through. Monty with a quick headshot is a 2 versus 2 situation. And 45 seconds left on the clock for this bomb to go down. Joxic's going to deny it. All Questone, 1v2, out towards the B side. It's just not going to happen. Neno takes him down. And 16-11 will be a 2-0 that Binary